It's hard to count the number of ways that my thinking has changed in just the last couple months since I was back to the Gemba. We went to go fix things, but really just making sure that I'm consistently here. So one of the things that I implemented after coming back from my trip to Japan is I put a stand-up desk where I'm right here out on our production floor, visible to everybody, accessible to everybody, able to monitor, able to see, and really be able to stay connected to the Gemba on an everyday basis. Big takeaway I had from Japan was that their treatment of people, they don't get rid of people regardless of the mistakes. They teach, they learn, and then the other big huge takeaway is what's wrong with the process first. We've changed our policies now where, hey, if you encounter any sort of a struggle, any sort of an issue, any sort of an error or a defect in your process, you have the power. If it takes you less than half an hour to do it, you stop, you fix it, and you don't have to stop or ask anybody. You don't have to alert any supervisor. You just go fix that problem and try and prevent it from ever happening again. If you're viewing this video and you're about to go experience it, be prepared to be absolutely blown away. It will change your life forever.
Or the biggest impact that I got from this tour was the confidence to drive the lean initiatives or to build that lean culture in the company, and also just everything just clicked, like all the concepts that I've read about in the books and all that after this tour, just everything just clicked. And always the small things and how important the small things are and how simple lean can be. Thanks.
My ability to understand getting things done. I think that was probably one of the biggest things on the trip for me was the getting things done talk, but also just the simplicity of lean and how it truly is a culture thing about building people.
So since Japan, I have really slowed down to really focus on the little things in life and to really focus on my growth and the growth of my team. To where before I was really impatient. I was making rules for 1 to 2 people that was indirectly choking out the culture. And I was being the easy button for my team, which ultimately stunned their growth. So now when I'm going through something difficult, I know that that is growth.
Gap I saw between what I do right now and what is possible. So it's a lifetime project now, because once you see it, you can't unsee it anymore. And then you are constantly trying to bridge the gap.
Was to keep things much more simple. I mean, I kept them simple before, but I'm keeping them even more simple. I'm spending more time in the field with the guys solving problems, and we're just looking for good old-fashioned improvements. I'm not so worried anymore about how we're solving the problems, just that we're constantly trying to improve and that we're constantly trying to solve problems. I've gone so far away from maybe the consultant lean and from the little tools and things like that to just good old-fashioned roll up your sleeve. Let's figure out the root cause and let's start solving problems where the work is done. And that's been the biggest takeaway for me.
First, around leadership and the role that leaders play in this transformation. How important it is for a leader to set a vision, to set some expectations for the organization, let people try to achieve those expectations, to help them create standards of what good looks like, and then standing back and letting them take those standards and making good better. And the second one was around culture and how important it is for leaders to foster an environment where continuous improvement can flourish. And that's around being purposeful on creating this culture. I think the quote that you used on our trip was trying to weave your culture with principles of greatness. Principles where curious minds can exist in your organization, where people are allowed to ask questions and have you feel empowered to make things better. Setting vision and creating a culture are things that were most impactful for me. Thanks.
One, my goal now is operational excellence. I've seen it. I've been in the environment. I've been in the tour, and it changed my life. It changed how I see things. Operational excellence. That is my goal over everything else. And you can make all of these excuses in your head as to what's going on in your business, and you're spending so much time in your office or in certain environments. Get your ass to the Gemba, to where the work is happening. Help your people. You can only do that if you're there. It sounds simple, but when you're in the environment and on the tour and you expose us to that, it hit me like a freight train. So they're my 2 key takeaways. Good luck to everybody else in their trip. I hope they have a ball. Thanks, Paul.